Hello everyone, welcome back to episode number 4 of Saturday Fur Trapping Hour. We are with Mr. Glenn Witchey today, the owner of Wolf Creek Products. He is one of our YouTube channel sponsors, so we're going to turn it over to him right quick. So, Mr. Witchey, would you just introduce yourself, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Hello everybody. Like Anthony said, I'm Glenn Witchey, and I'm owner of Wolf Creek Products. We make traps and a few other trapping supplies. And I think we're going to talk to you a little bit about trapping today.
So, we normally start out asking, or who are hosting, how did you get started trapping?
Well, I wrote this story down quite a few times, but I grew up in an agricultural area, and my sisters and brothers were all older than me, and my brother actually was away in the Navy, and I was cleaning out a little chicken house that we had. I was going to make a clubhouse out of it, and hanging up in there was his traps. He didn't have a lot of traps, but he had a few. They were short spring number ones, which were made for the war. That's why the springs were shorter. And boy, I was just hypnotized by them things. I just couldn't leave them alone. And so that fall, I started trapping. And I wasn't big enough to even set those number ones. My dad had set it for me, and I would carry them to where I was going to set them and pray that they didn't go off on the way there.
Yes, sir. So, how old were you then?
I was 9 years old.
So, how many years have you been trapping?
And I've trapped just about every year since then, and I'm 60 years old, so I guess about 51 years.
Yes, sir. So, during the entire time you've been trapping, what has been your favorite animal to catch?
Oh, boy. I do like catching coyotes, bobcats. They're always fun. But I guess coyotes would be my favorite.
So, you have lived in Ohio all your life, correct?
I've lived in Ohio all my life?
Yes, sir.
Well, yes, I have.
So, were coyotes in your part of the state when you first started trapping?
No. When I first started trapping, we were primarily had muskrats everywhere and some possums. I actually didn't have a lot of coon, and I didn't know how to trap fox. When I got into high school, I learned how to trap fox, and that was by that time the fur boom had started, and there was a fair amount of fox in Ohio, and no coyotes. And about I guess it was the early '80s is when I caught the first coyote in Ohio, and now it's a primary predator. There isn't too many fox anymore.
Yes, sir. So, how long has Wolf Creek Products been around?
I think about 11 years.
So, what I get? This may sound like a stupid question, but what was your inspiration to start your own trap making company?
Well, of course, I've always loved trapping, and I also have a deep love for manufacturing, so they kind of go together. And I had a partner for a while that had some connections in the tooling, and I went to a big trap supplier still in business and asked him if he would like to make a trap, and he was interested in it. And the whole project failed miserably. And so about 10 years after that, I decided I wanted to try it again, and this time on my own. And actually I have a partner in it, but he's not a trapping partner. But we did it, and that's when Wolf Creek Products started.
So you said...
And Wolf Creek was the first creek I ever trapped in as a kid. So that's where the name come from.
Well, that's interesting. So, you said, I believe in your predator trapping DVD, that your traps were modeled after the old Northwoods traps?
Yes.
What was specific about that trap that made you pick it?
Well, I like the square jaws. And also, if you'll notice on my traps how high the levers come up on the jaws.
Yes, sir.
That's a very important part of holding an animal. The higher those jaws can, or the higher those levers can come up, the more holding power that you have. And you'll hear a lot of people talk about the old Victor low levers, and people use them for mostly mink now. And those levers did not come up very high, and because of that, they weren't very good at holding a coyote or even a fox, really.
Yes, sir. So, you make a lot of dogless traps. What style of trap do you like better, a dogless or a dog-on?
Coyotes, I like a dogless. When I had that Northwood style trap that I made, I took an old Montgomery dogless and used their trigger system on my traps. So basically my dogless traps are Northwoods with a Montgomery dogless system on it. But if you catch very many coyotes, you know they chew them traps, and they'll chew your dogs up pretty bad. So, you're carrying around pliers and maybe extra dogs, whatever, to fix your traps. And, of course, with a dogless trap, you don't have that problem.
Yes, sir. I like doglesses because, they don't have that little piece of the frame that sticks up that holds the dog on. A lot of times it'll get bent in, too. Or,
yeah.
Then you've got to worry about pan level and all that. When most dogless traps I've ever used, yours included, the pan was nice and low level. So I don't have to worry about buying a tool to adjust my pan level either.
Yeah. And I also like that pan below the jaws. I like that animal deep in that trap when it goes off.
Yes, sir. I've talked to...
I think you saw... I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think you saw on Facebook there somebody posted a picture of one of my traps with a coyote in it pretty deep. And I'll tell you, that's the way every catch goes with my traps.
Yes, sir. I've talked to several trappers about your traps before, and they're like, yep, they send me pictures with either both paws or, well above you'd say the wrist of the paw.
Right.
Up there. I was like, wow. So,
yeah.
Are there any specific modifications you like to do to your traps?
Well, through that whole video, I have 2 or 3 states in that video I sent you.
Yes, sir.
And the only thing I did was I took those traps to the car wash, and I washed them off real good, and then I brought them home and waxed them. That's all I did. Now, I would recommend bubble tipping the jaws. That's the only thing I could see that would need to be done. And I know people are really into modifying these days, and there's nothing wrong with that if you want to. But you can base plate them and laminate the jaw thickness. But the only thing I think that needs to be done is bubble tip the end of the jaws.
Yes, sir. So, what do you do a lot of long lining, or you run more of a short line?
As far as how many traps I set?
Yes, sir.
If I'm just trapping around the house here, I would say it's a short line. Maybe I'll do a dozen or 2. But if I go to, say, Alabama or Mississippi, I try to get out 100 traps. I'll go with a partner, and we try to get 100 traps out in 2 days.
Yes, sir. So you do a lot of interstate trapping?
Oh, yes. I don't know how many states I have trapped in now, but every year I try to go out of state somewhere.
So, do you... I don't know if I ever heard this or not, but do you do wildlife control? Like you have your own...
Yeah, when I go down south, I'm on a deer plantation, and So we're trying to take the coyotes out, really everything, ground nesting, anything that bothers, the turkeys or the deer, quail, anything like that.
So I know what's your, I guess, challenges that go with trapping are going to change from state to state, but in your home state of Ohio, what would you say is your main challenge when it comes to trapping?
We got terrible weather up here. When our season comes in, if we get 2 weeks of good weather, we're really lucky. But most of the time, our season comes in, it starts raining, and then it starts freezing, and then we get snow. So that's a big challenge up here. That and getting permission is harder in Ohio. You go, I don't know about Texas, but you go down to like Mississippi or Alabama. It's very easy to get permission down there.
So is there a lot of big anti-trapping movement up there in Ohio?
Very much, yes.
So how do you, what do you do to combat the bad weather, and how do you keep your traps running when you've got all that rain and gunk like you were talking about?
Well, it's not easy. I mean, you're remaking a lot of sets. It's not easy. I know a lot of times, if I'll trap coon, I can get under the bridges to catch them because, it stays a little drier under there. Pocket sets aren't too bad, but you got fluctuating water depths, which that's a killer. But coyotes, you just keep your fingers crossed that you get a good week of weather, and sometimes it'll come together.
Yes, sir. So, how often do you have to rebait it when it's raining and raining and raining like that?
Those coyotes have terrific noses.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I go to a set and it is just water drenched, I will probably dig it out and redo the whole set. But other than that, if it's real rainy weather, maybe every 3 or 4 days. Other than that, once a week. And I don't go crazy with lure and bait either. I don't use a ton of it. Like I say, it's just amazing how good those things can smell.
Yes, sir. So when it comes to scent control, I usually ask just about everybody I host on here, what is your feelings about scent control? Do you re-wax and dye after every catch, or do you just keep going?
No. Like I said, every trap on that DVD, I never dyed any of them. I just cleaned them off at the car wash and waxed them. But I would do that once a year. The new dye that they have out, most of it, all it is clothes dye, and it does have an odor. So if you dye your traps, and it works, but you better air them out about a week before you wax them, because it does collect an odor. Normally, I won't dye every year. I'll dye maybe every 2 to 3 years. And I have used some of that cold zip, and I can't think of the name of it right now. It's Sterling out of Sneer One sells it, and I've had fine luck with it too. And I thought real hard. There's a lot of people spray painting their traps now, and they say they do good with it. So I've thought about trying that too. I haven't done it yet, but I probably will.
Yes, sir. I just about fell over backwards when I heard that. When I first heard about spray painting traps, because you start spray painting anything, you get those fumes. I was figured they'd leave a horrid stench in your traps, but I don't know. A lot of guys are having luck with it, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
So, you had a pretty little interesting segment in your DVD about the different variations of the dirt hole. Would you mind telling our listeners the way you like to do your dirt holes?
Yeah, everybody's got their own way, and everybody evolves a little bit. And you'll hear a ton of people say the lowest place on your set should be over the pans. That's the lowest place. I never do that. I usually have my set pretty level. For one reason, because that's true. I believe they're so skitterish and so they don't want to get hurt themselves. So that's what makes them harder to catch. So as far as a hole, I usually don't make that hole round. I'll make it oblong because the animals don't dig round holes. They're normally oblong. And I'll also roll the edges over a little bit. And I guess my dirt holes wouldn't be the prettiest dirt holes in the world. I try to age them some, but they're a little rough, just like an animal has done it. That's kind of what I like to do.
Yes, sir. Funny that you mentioned that, because I've always noticed that if I got a dirt hole, a real perfectly round, pretty dirt hole, I didn't usually catch anything in that hole. It's usually my more messy looking ones. Not necessarily a big hole, but just not a perfectly round one that connected.
It's just not natural.
So would you say that a dirt hole is your most effective canine set?
You know what? I probably put in just as many, if not more, flat sets than I do dirt holes. And I'll tell you why. I've got a partner that I trap with a lot, and he's mainly a dirt hole guy. So we'll get out of the truck. He'll go one side, I'll go to the other, and I'm pretty much figuring he's putting a dirt hole in. So I put a flat set in just to be different.
Yes, sir. So, if you run into a really educated coyote, say he's coming in and digging out your dirt holes, like digging your trap up, all that kind of stuff, what do you do to try and catch an educated coyote or fox?
I've had more trouble with fox digging out my traps than anything else. And the other thing that I think a lot of beginning trappers, they'll go to their dirt hole and their trap will be totally dug out, maybe even upside down, and they think it's an educated fox or coyote, and it's not. It's a coon. And the reason it is, that coon, if they do not pack that dirt down good, that coon starts feeling in that dirt looking for worms, and he'll feel that edge of that trap, and he'll pull it out. And he doesn't know it's a trap. He just something in there, and he just wants it out of his way. But most of the time, that's what it is. So I have had mostly, like I say, fox that'll dig them out. Usually when it's a fox, or a coyote, they'll just uncover the trap. They won't totally take it out of a bed. And most of the time, the reason for that is you didn't have that dirt packed solid enough. That dirt was soft, and they just started playing in it. But what I have done, and the hardest thing about catching an animal is figuring out which way he's coming into the set. But if you watch, you'll see which way he's digging, and then I'll go back, I'm going to say 9 to 12 inches, and put another trap in, and really heavily blend that trap. Because that animal already knows where the first one is, so he's going to come right in there to start digging it, and he'll get caught in that second trap back behind it.
Yes, sir. So, go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright, so, I know that the world's pretty crazy right now with all this coronavirus and the NAFA going down and everything, so, I noticed you had a segment in your DVD on fur handling and all that, so I don't know if you're really big into that, but what would you predict about the future of the fur trapping industry?
Well, it's very cyclic. It goes up and down, and I couldn't even tell you how many times it's done it since I've been trapping. What I really like to see is you got most of the people, all they think about when it comes to trapping is you can't make money. So I have a lot of deer hunters, they'll say, "You're still trapping?" And I say, "Yeah." And they say, "Well, you can't make any money at that." I said, "You're right. How much money did you make last year hunting deer?" And they kind of look at me funny. This is my sport.
Yes, sir.
I'm not doing it to make any money. I do it because that's what I love. If I get some gas money back, I'm really happy. That's great. But it's not the reason I do it. But fur is always going to go up and down. Like I say, when I started trapping, I would get 50 cents out of a muskrat. still, that was not my driving force for trapping. I love trapping. That's what I do.
Yes, sir. There was a trapper I saw one time. He was talking about, everybody, oh, I'm not going to make money at trapping, so I'm just going to quit. And he's like, well, wait a second. You go out and you do, all this deer hunting, duck hunting, dove hunting. People go spend hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars, getting all this deer, their food plots going for their deer and all this stuff, but they make zero off of that. I mean, he's like, where's the thinking in that? I mean, you're going to stop trapping because you can't make money, but then again, all this, I'm in no way against hunting or anything, but it's kind of like, wait a second, you're not going to trap because you're not going to make money, but you don't make money off hunting either, so.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And I will tell you, the best outdoorsmen that you ever meet in your life will be trappers.
Yes, sir. I definitely agree on that. So, I know I've got quite a few beginner trappers watching my channel, at least at the time we're recording this. So, say there's a beginner right now talking to you and he's asking, he wants to get started trapping, say, raccoon, and he wants to try his hand at catching coyotes, because most beginners I've ever talked to, they're not about that interested in coon. They want to go after the coyotes right off the bat, Personally, I always tell them, if you got coon in your area, go after the coon first, so you can kind of get that taste of success. That's what we did, because, when we jumped a little early, I think, into the canine trapping and whatnot, then boom, you're not catching anything. If they started right out of that and they're not catching anything, they may just quit right off the bat, but if you start trapping coons, they're a lot easier to catch.
That's right.
You can get that taste of success, you get more of a love for trapping right off the bat, so equipment-wise, what would you recommend a beginner get for trapping raccoons?
Well, I'm probably not a good one to ask for that because I manufacture traps, and I make that Diablo trap, and man, it just makes coon trapping so easy. Brian Flowers came down. We trapped here in Ohio. And in that week, I can't remember now, but we caught over 100 coon in that week. And it was mainly with these Diablo traps, but it just makes it so easy. You can preset them at home. You just put a little bait into them and stick them down and go. You don't have to dig no hole. You don't do anything. But and they're they're pretty amazing, I'll tell you.
Yes, sir. I actually had a while back one of our channel viewers. I was talking to him, and he started asking about, he'd seen our advertisement for your company, and he gone and checked it out, and he's getting into coon trapping, and he started out with Duke dog proofs, but they're like twice the price of they're good traps, but they're twice the price of the Diablos. So he was asking me, he's like, hey, are those good traps? They were $6-7. I was wondering if those were good traps. I was like, well, I've never used them myself, but I've known a lot of guys who did and had some good success with them. So there's no,
I have never had a complaint with them.
Yes, sir. And I've had other people asking about, not asking me all the time, like on trapping forums and whatnot, they'll be asking, hey, what's the deal about Wolf Creek traps? Because they're a lot cheaper than every other trap on the market. They're asking, do I get what I pay for, or is this a good trap, really a good trap? And I've never been able to use your traps personally myself, but I've seen a lot of different guys posting pictures of it, including Andy Weiser was using your traps. He posted them on pictures on Facebook. He didn't have any complaint about the trap, and he didn't. All the catches were really deep. So, if you're listening, I'm not saying this is because Wolf Creek Products is our sponsor. I'm saying this because Wolf Creek traps are good traps. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or not, I definitely recommend their traps. The pros have used them, and there's they've never had a problem with them, so I definitely recommend them.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the whole line. And you know, a lot of people, I don't know how to say this, but I'm not relying on that trap for my living. I mean, I enjoy making them. I enjoy talking to trappers. You know, just about, there ain't hardly a day goes by that a trapper doesn't call me up and want to talk to me about something, and I enjoy that. So, I'm not trying to make a killing making traps. I just want to make a good product, and, you know, that goes into something that I enjoy.
Yes, sir. So, getting back into trapping, you're also the designer of the Wolf Fang Earth Anchor, so...
I am not the designer. Actually, when that got started, Clint Locklear sent me an anchor and told me that the problem was what was the problem with it. And I didn't know too much about Craig O'Gorman at the time, and I later found out it was Craig O'Gorman's Desert Spear, he calls them. The problem with them was they were dead straight, so they wouldn't set. And so we put the bends in there on the back of the ears. We bent it, and they'll set. And I'm going to say they'll set 90% of the time, maybe 95. But that's something you should always check. Is you should set that state before you leave the trap.
Yes, sir. So, what year was it that you released the Wolf Fang Earth Anchors?
Oh boy, I really don't know, but I'm going to say 10 years ago.
Wow. So, do you prefer cable on your earth anchors, or do you use chain?
I've never used chain, and I know a lot of guys like it, but I never have. I just use cable.
So you had I don't know if you'll be able to explain on the podcast or not, but you had a kind of unique way of attaching your earth anchors onto your traps. So,
yes, it's a little bit hard to explain, but basically, when my cables, I'm going to say the eye or the round part is big enough so that I can put the Wolf Fang back through it. So I run that whole eye through my swivel, and then I put the Wolf Fang through the eye again and pull it tight, and then it's attached.
Yes, sir. So that way you don't have to worry about using quick links or wasting, putting a J hook on there. I mean, that's a pretty good idea there. So, before we close out here, are there any other outdoor sports besides trapping that you enjoy doing?
Well, I used to be a big deer hunter, although it doesn't interest me too much anymore. And I chase a few turkeys around. I used to be a coon hunter and a squirrel hunter, and I still enjoy a good dog. So I guess I have done a little fishing. I guess I'm just kind of an all-around outdoor guy. I enjoy it all.
Yes, sir. So, I guess that's about all we've got for you today. So, before we close out, is there any special announcement or anything in particular you'd like to end with?
Well, I'm trying to come out with a few new traps here. I'm trying to come out with a dogless 1.5 and a new 10-inch by 10-inch body trap, which I'm kind of happy with that. I made some prototypes, and I gave a couple to my buddy, and he caught a couple muskrats and held them by the tail. So I was kind of impressed with that. But I don't know. Look for that probably in the fall of this year.
Alrighty. So, thank you for being on with us today, Mr. Witchy.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.